In today's video, I'm going to share the 29 companies that paid me dividends this month, and I'm super excited because I'm starting to see income from my Big Safe Dividend Experiment portfolio. So I'll share those dividends as well. So let's dive in and start with Johnson & Johnson. Ticker symbol is JNJ. I currently own 10 shares and received $11.71 in dividend income. Year to date, Johnson & Johnson is down in share price by 12.59% and trades at a PE of 15.64. This dividend king has a 5.92% 5-year dividend growth rate, 60 years of dividend growth, and a payout ratio of 44.12%. The dividend yield is 3.03%, and Johnson & Johnson has a 10-year total return of 136%. Next up is Snap-on. The ticker symbol is SNA, and I currently own 2 shares and received $3.22 in dividend income, bringing my running total up to $14.93. Up in share price by 11.2% and trades at a PE of 13.91. It has 13 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 14.59%, and the payout ratio is 34.79%. With a dividend yield of 2.52%, Snap-on has a 10-year total return of 216.5%. The next company to pay me is Pfizer, and the ticker symbol is PFE. I currently own 36.7 shares and received $11.28 in dividend income, bringing my running total up to $26.21. Year to date, Pfizer is down in share price by 35.29%. It trades at a PE of 9.71. Has 12 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 5.13%, a payout ratio of 33.61%, and a 5.11% dividend yield. But the 10-year total return is only 68.11%. Chevron was the next company to pay me, and I currently own 12.5 shares and received $20.55 in dividend income, bringing my running total up to $46.76. Year to date, Chevron is down in share price by 3.09% and trades at a PE of 12.58. With 33 years of dividend growth, the 5-year dividend growth rate is 6.03%, the payout ratio is 36%, and the dividend yield right now is 3.54%. And the 10-year total return is 119.85%. I received my last dividend payment from 3M in the amount of $11.03, bringing my running total up to $57.79. Everyone's talking about it. Realty Income Corporation. The ticker symbol is O. I currently own 135.6 shares and received $29.93 in dividend income, bringing my total up to $87.72. Year to date, Realty Income is down in share price by 21.72%. So many people are stocking up on shares of this because it's now under $50 a share. The price to funds from operation is 12.05. There are 25 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 3.7%, and a payout ratio for this real estate investment trust at 74.12%. Right now, the dividend yield is 6.19%, and the 10-year total return is 101.43%. Next up is the Hershey Company, ticker symbol is HSY. I currently own just 2 shares and received $2.54 in dividend income, bringing my running total up to $90.26. Year to date, Hershey is down in share price by 11.83% and trades at a PE of 21.13. There are 13 years of dividend growth for Hershey with a 5-year dividend growth rate of 9.84%, payout ratio of 45.24%, and the dividend yield is 2.36%. And the 10-year total return is 175.36%. Bo was the next to pay me. With my 11 shares, I earned $22.95 in dividend income, bringing my running total up to $113.21. Home Depot is presently down in share price by 4.35% and trades at a PE of 19.91. There are 13 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 15.47%, payout ratio of 51.03%, dividend yield of 2.75%, and a 10-year total return of 400.7%. Next to pay me this month is Raytheon, and the ticker symbol is RTX. I currently own 15.5 shares and received $7.29, bringing my running total up to $120.50. Year to date, Raytheon is down in share price by 28.58%, has a PE of 14.37%. There are 29 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 5.29%, payout ratio of 44.89%, and the dividend yield is 3.28%, and the 10-year total return is 41.02%. Next up is Lockheed Martin Corporation, ticker symbol is LMT. I currently own 6.2 shares and received $18.53 in dividend income, which brought my running total up to $139.03. Year to date, Lockheed Martin is down in share price by 14.36% and trades at a PE of 15.14. With 20 years of dividend growth and a 5-year dividend growth rate of 8.45%, Lockheed Martin has a payout ratio of 42.42%, a dividend yield of 2.92%, and a 10-year total return of 336.68%. Next up is Main Street Capital, ticker symbol is MAIN, and I currently own 121.8 shares of this monthly payer and receive $61.40 in dividend income, which is super exciting because that means I picked up 1.5 shares just this month, bringing my running total up to $200.43. Main Street Capital is currently trading at $40.63 and year to date is up in share price by just under 12% and trades at a PE of 9.96. There are 2 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 3.44%, payout ratio is 68.25%, and the yield right now is 6.94%. And the 10-year total return is 212.19%. Next up is T. Rowe Price Group Incorporated, and the ticker symbol is TROW. I currently own 34.8 shares and received $42.07 in dividend income, which brings my running total up to $242.50. Year to date, T. Rowe Price is down in share price by 3.92%, trades at a PE of 14.37, has 36 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 12.73%, payout ratio is 66.21%, and the dividend yield is 4.65%. And the 10-year total return is 101.01%. Next to pay me is Corning Incorporated, and the ticker symbol is GLW, presently trading at $30.47. The PE is 16.21, and year to date, they're down in share price by 6.36%. I currently own 89 shares and picked up $24.69 in dividend income, which means I'm getting close to adding 1 full share every time I get their dividend. Corning has 12 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 9.82%, and a payout ratio just under 60%. Dividend yield is 3.68%, and the 10-year total return is 169.69%. Next to pay me is Broadcom Incorporated, and the ticker symbol is AVGO, presently trading at $830.58. I just recently made it to the 1 share mark. I currently own 1.08 shares and received $4.51 in dividend income, bringing my running total up to $271.70. Year to date, Broadcom is up by 50%, you guys, in share price. Amazing. PE is 19.72. We've got 12 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate, which is super impressive at 21.32%. Payout ratio is 44.19%, and the dividend yield is 2.22%. And check out the 10-year total return, 2,376.13%. Amazing. See why I want to add more shares? Yeah, he agrees. Next to pay me a dividend is Pepsi, and the ticker symbol is PEP, presently trading at $169.44. I own a very small position in Pepsi with 3.9 shares and receive $5.01 in dividend income, which brings my running total up to $276.71. With 50 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 6.87%, payout ratio is just over 65%, and the dividend yield just under 3% at 2.99. And Pepsi has a total return in the last 10 years of 183.48%. Next, I received a pretty sizable dividend from the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF, otherwise known as SCHD. I own 278.2 shares. You guys, I'm so excited about that. And received $175.99, bringing my running total up to $452.70. Year to date, SCHD is down in share price by 6.2% and has an expense ratio of 0.06%. The dividend yield, 3.7%. With 11 years of dividend growth and a 5-year dividend growth rate of 13.69%. The 10-year total return for SCHD is 188.12%. The other ETF in my portfolio is the JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF, otherwise known as JEPI, presently trading at $53.56. I currently own 61 shares and received $20.54 in dividend income, bringing my running total up to $473.24. The dividend yield in the trailing 12 months is 9.99%, and this ETF has an expense ratio of 0.35% and is a monthly payer. And looking at the dividend history, you can see that this ETF just started paying dividends for the first time on June 30th of 2020. So we don't have a ton of time, and you can see that that ETF fluctuates in terms of the dividend payment you receive each month. Now let's talk about my Big Safe Dividend experiment. Back in June, I started a new slice to my M1 finance pie that I call the Big Safe Dividend Portfolio. If you want to learn more, you can check it out here, and I'll leave a link in the comments below. But this month, I started to receive some dividend income from 12 of the 18 companies, and I'm happy to start this snowball. And this is where I want you to envision the potential growth, because these are little bits that I received from each of these companies. So here goes. The first one is KLA Corporation. Currently trading for $458.66 per share. Year to date, it's up in share price by 21.81%. The PE is 20.28, and I own 0.26 of a share and received 23 cents in dividend income, bringing my total up to $473.47. It does have 13 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 14.18%, and the payout ratio is only 20.53. Again, smaller dividend yield at 1.13%. But the 10-year total return certainly doesn't disappoint at 1,076.2%. My first dividend also came in from Analog Devices Incorporated, or ADI, that trades at $175.09. I own 0.47 shares and received 35 cents in dividend income, bringing my running total up to $473.82 for the month. It's currently up in share price year to date by 7.78% and has a PE of 17.42. Looking at the dividends specifically, you can see 19 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 12.06%, payout ratio under 31%, and a dividend yield of 1.96%. And it has a pretty solid 10-year total return of 365.36%. Next up is Primerica, ticker symbol is PRI, trades at $194.01. Year to date is up in share price of 36.69%, has a PE of 12.31, and a dividend yield of 1.34%. 12 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 21.35%, and a payout ratio under 18%. And Primerica has a 449.96% 10-year total return. Another holding in my Big Safe Dividend Portfolio is Little Fuse Incorporated, and the ticker symbol is LFUS. Currently trades at $247.32. I own 0.33 shares and received 17 cents in dividend income, bringing my running total up to $474.24. You can see year-to-date Little Fuse is actually up in share price by 10.92%, has a PE of 20.51. Looking at those dividends, we see 12 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 9.73%, and a payout ratio under 17%. Dividend yield is 1.05%, and that 10-year total return is 252.33%. Next to pay me was Nordson Corporation. I presently own 0.38 shares and received 19 cents in dividend income, bringing my running total up to $474.43. Year to date, Nordson Corporation is down in share price by 6.24%, trades at a PE of 24.9, and has a dividend yield of 1.22%. Looking further at the dividends, you can see 25 years of consecutive dividend growth and a 5-year dividend growth rate of 16.04%, payout ratio under 29%. And in the last 10 years, we've got a total return of 234.32%. Microchip Technologies, ticker symbol MCHP, trading for $78.05 right now, is up in share price year to date by 12.95%, trades at a PE of 12.76. And looking at those dividends, we've got 12 years of growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 15.28%, payout ratio under 22%, and 2.1% in dividend yield, and a 10-year total return of 386.33%. Visa is also among those companies in my Big Safe Dividend Portfolio, presently trades at $230.01. Year to date, it is up in share price by 10.91%, trades at a PE of 26.53, and the dividend yield is 0.78%. Looking further at those dividends, we see 14 years of growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 16.89%, and a payout ratio of 21.53%. And we have a 10-year total return of 417.92%. Alliance Steel is up next. Ticker symbol is RS, and I presently own 0.31 shares and received 24 cents in dividend income, bringing my running total up to $475.21. Year to date, Reliance Steel is up in share price by 30.21% and trades at a PE of 11.93. There are 12 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 14.72%, payout ratio under 15%, and a dividend yield of 1.53%. And the 10-year total return is 347.83%. Next up is the Kroger Company. Ticker symbol is KR, and it's trading for $44.75 right now. I presently own 1.86 shares, received 37 cents in dividend income, bringing my running total up to $475.58. Kroger's trading at a PE of 9.87 and has 15 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 15.75%, payout ratio is under 25%, and the dividend yield right now is 2.59%. And the 10-year total return is 164.42%. Next up is Elevance Health Incorporated. Ticker symbol is ELV. It's trading right now at $435.42 a share, and year to date is down in share price by 13.3%. PE is 13.22. And looking at those dividends, we've got 11 years of growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 14.16%, payout ratio under 18%, and a dividend yield of 1.36%. And the 10-year total return is 474.22%. And this leads us to Microsoft Corporation. Ticker symbol is MSFT, trading at $315.75. Year to date, it's up in share price by 31.79% and is trading at a PE of 28.68 right now. There are 18 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 10.12%, and a payout ratio of 27.73%. The dividend yield, 0.95%, and a 10-year total return of 1,024.19%. Which brings us to Next Era Energy. Ticker symbol is NEE, and it trades for $57.29 right now. Year to date, it's down in share price by 31.66%, PE of 18.37. It has 27 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 11.13%, payout ratio just under 58%, and a dividend yield of 3.26%, with a 10-year total return of 271.79%. At the present time, I've made a little bit more progress towards my goal, and I'm presently sitting at $3,937.73 in projected annual dividend income. This last month has been pretty wild in terms of the total value of my portfolio, but overall, I ended up with my highest month of dividend income yet at $479.99. But looking quarter over quarter, I've continued to grow my dividend income, so I'm pleased with that overall. What did you earn in dividend income this month? And which holding paid you guys the most? Leave me a comment below and then go and take a peek at this video next. And I currently own too many dogs because they're just barking all the time.